India has more than 10 crore elderly people. More than 85% of these, that is more than 8.5 crore people, don't have savings for old age. What should the government be doing? There is a role for public policy in this. To discuss this, I have with me Gautam Bharadwaj from Invest India Economic Foundation. Welcome to the show, Gautam. Gautam, you worked on pensions for more than 10 years now. Let's start with you telling us the dimension of the problem. How big is the problem? As India ages, how bad is it going to get? And what are the various pension schemes that we have, but which don't seem to be providing people the old age security that they need?
Well, I think part of the answer you've already given, Ila. I think one part of the problem is that there are these 10 crore odd people who are already old and who don't, most of them don't have enough savings to sustain themselves. The second part of the problem is that whatever exists in the form of retirement savings schemes available in India today are only really for people who are in the formal sector. So this really includes people who are employed in the government, or these are people who are employed in large formal sector firms.
So they have the EPFO.
They have EPFO.
And the ones who are in the government or
yes.
universities, etc., have a defined benefit, and now a different. They have a formal pension scheme.
Yes, and most of, in fact, the rest of the population, which is in terms of the workforce, about 85% of the workforce, does not have any employer, is self-employed, is in the informal sector, and is therefore actively excluded from existing pension.
Or their employers don't have an obligation to.
That's right.
Okay.
Now, even this would not have been a problem if these 85% of the workforce had adequate incomes and were saving elsewhere or saving on their own for old age. The problem, however, is that only about 4.5 or 5% of the currently excluded workforce is saving actively for old age. So what you're finding is that most of India is now marching towards old age with nearly zero savings in what would traditionally be called a retirement savings account.
We've had many years of saving pension plans, LIC, various other insurance companies coming up with pension plans where people are encouraged to have a pension. Why haven't they solved the problem?
I think part of the problem is that most of these schemes are targeting the higher income workforce. Most of these schemes have very high distribution and sales costs, and most of these schemes therefore end up reaching people in metros or larger cities. Most of India is in rural areas, and most of India is therefore actively excluded from access to formal finance as we normally see it. And as a result, these people have not really been able to benefit from. Even things like PPF has not really been able to achieve any success.
PPF has been around for 40 years. And how many members does it have roughly?
40 lakh.
40 lakh in a population of 1.1 billion nearly. What about things like the EPFO? I mean, the EPFO has also been around for a very long time, and there have been workers who various sectors who've been part of the EPFO, and yet the number of people who have savings is smaller than the number of EPFO members. So, is it that they allow early withdrawal, or what are the reasons? Why is it that even that hasn't been able to address the problem it was set up to address?
I think EPFO is principally, at a headline level, I think the problem at EPFO is that it has not lived up to its intentions. So the intent of EPFO and the primary objective of EPFO is to deliver old age income security to people it covers. At one level, I think it has very liberal, as you also correctly said, it has very liberal withdrawal policies. So as a result, people consume most of their retirement savings
before they actually retire.
Absolutely. This is caused by the fact that EPFO forces you to save about 25% of your income under EPFO schemes. Now, when a person is saving 25% of income, it leaves very little savings ability to actually, prepare for marriages or education and so on and so forth. So as a result, I think partly because people are forced to save much more than they really need to or can.
Tuba.com,